Today I want to talk about Tate Martell, who has entered the transfer portal yet again. And all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, yo man, I'm just trying to get the workout in. I upload sleepily on Josh Heupel and give you my thoughts on that. And then we all find out together Tate Martell has entered the transfer portal yet again, this time as a grad transfer. For those of you that do not know, he was quarterback at Miami, sort of. They lined him up with their wide receiver a couple of times. You thought perhaps he was going to compete for the job with N'Kosi Perry, and then, D'Eriq King comes through there. D'Eriq King's a better quarterback. Tate Martell hasn't been able to play quarterback, but let's take it back, right? Because I feel like some of the context around Tate Martell has been missing, and then I will throw out where I think he should go wistfully, right? No reporting on that, just me wishing it into existence because the stories around it. All right, so Tate Martell was the National Gatorade Player of the Year 2016-2017 season after finishing his career at Bishop Gorman going 45-0, throwing 113 touchdown passes, passing for over 2,500 yards, rushed for over 1,400 yards in one season. This dude was invented to run Urban Meyer's power spread. That was the kind of quarterback that he was. So when he ended up committing to Ohio State, everybody believed that he was going to be the heir apparent to Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins put together a Heisman Trophy caliber season, doesn't win it in 2018. Then we find out my man's going to the NFL draft. Okay, Tate Martell, along with Matt Baldwin, remember him, right, are also up for the job. And then we find out Justin Fields is looking to transfer out of Georgia. Justin Fields lands at Ohio State. Tate Martell famously tells reporters, I'm not going anywhere. Ryan Day's offense is ridiculously difficult to learn. And I don't think that you can come in right away and just learn it and take the job. He believed that so much that he went into the transfer portal and ends up in Miami. All right. The other part about Tate Martell is that my man was on QB1 Beyond the Lights. And it didn't go so well. But also in there, your man's has not been quiet and doesn't put his head down and just, go with the flow, which I enjoy. Because I believe that if you are a character, you are an individual, be that person, but also be respectful of what is going on around you. And it wasn't going to plan at Miami. So he did what many people would do once they graduate from a university. They go into the portal and they transfer. They get the one-time free waiver. And now we're here. After the man's wild recruiting ends at Ohio State, his wild transfer experience ends in Miami, and he's going again. So now we're kind of looking around going, where does he end up? He's got to hit the Power 5, trifecta, end up in the Big 12, right? Because there are those folks that genuinely believe the man could do some work at Texas A&M who needs a quarterback, right? I say they need a quarterback. I'm a Haynes King fan. I'm an Eli Stowers fan. But maybe you want a dude kind of like Jalen Hurts for Spencer Rattler that might be able to bridge you, right? Maybe you want a dude that you think has the moxie to lead you to the college football playoff for the first time in your history and to lead you to a national championship for the first time since 1939. Or perhaps you go with what I really want to happen, but, whimsy, wazi, fugazi, grain of salt here, just wishful thinking. What if Tate Martell shows up on the 40 acres? Now, I am a huge Casey Thompson fan, right? I believe in Casey Thompson. I think he's going to beat out Hudson Card for the job in a 2-quarterback duel. But if Tate Martell showed up a la Baker Mayfield on the 40 acres, can you imagine the stories that would come out? It is the most money program in all of college football. They have a new head coach who's coming off of a national championship as an offensive coordinator. They have a Heisman caliber tailback in Bijan Robinson, to say nothing of Roshan Johnson behind him. They have another National Gatorade Player of the Year at wide receiver in Jake Smith. They have one of the best all-purpose players of the last 5 years at wide receiver in Jordan Whittington. They have the most dynamic returning player, not named Marvin Mims at wide receiver, in Josh Moore. And it's Texas, which means that we would have so much fun talking about Tate Martell to Texas. Now, For all I know, my man could end up at BYU, right? For all I know, he could end up at Nevada, who, by the way, returns two of the better wide receivers in the country that we just haven't talked about, but we will, because that's what this channel does. We go deep on the college football. But I still need to just lay out here that Tate Martell going into the portal a week before signing day hits different, right? He could have gone into the portal at any time. He went into the portal a week before signing day, as people are really trying to sew up these last uncommitted prospects. We got the top 247 that dropped today, which did the final moving and shaking to the composite before signing day next week. We saw J.C. Latham move to number 2 in the composite. We saw J.T. Tuimoloau finish wire to wire as top 247 number 1 player in the country. And now we get Tate Martell dropping, I'm transferring once again. What if he goes back to the Big Ten? Anybody thought about that? Illinois might need a quarterback. You know, they got a new head coach in Brad Bielema. Your man's Pat Fitzgerald went and got Ryan Helinski out of South Carolina. Low-key, very good pickup for them. He's going to compete with Hunter Johnson, a couple other dudes for the starting job over there. I look around, and I think to myself, yes, I will watch Tate Martell play quarterback, provided he gets to play quarterback. Now, that was the problem in Miami. Frankly, he just was not the best player at the position. And that's a really difficult thing to swallow if you were quite literally the best high school football player in the country on the best high school football team in the country, and that's what Tate Martell was. And then the offense he signed up to play for at Ohio State changed, literally underneath him, and his skill set was no longer viable. Drop Tate Martell into Rich Rodriguez's West Virginia offense, and you got a winner. You know who's at ULM? Might need a quarterback. Rich Rod. You know who head coach over there? Terry Bowden. You see, we can keep doing this, right? We can do this. And this is what I love most about college football. We can throw stuff at the wall even after we thought it was nailed to the wall, like Tate Martell's going to finish his career at Miami. Psych! No, that's not what's going to happen. So I will keep my eyes on this. I will do some reporting, try to figure out what's what. I'm sure that other people are digging on this as well. But I wanted to pop in here right quick, give you this instant reaction to Tate Martell entering the transfer portal once again as a grad transfer. Steve Sarkisian, make the call. Make us all happy. Make the call. Texas fans, tell me what you think in the comments below. Everybody hit me in the comments below. I want to hear where you think Tate Martell should be playing football in 2021. Deuces.